Michael, we certainly salute you, sir, taking a very brave step but doing unbelievable work. Well, it was, as I mentioned earlier, a very high-stakes weekend in sports, certainly in rugby, the Currie Cup, getting back a little bit of that luster. We know it's been a shortened format, but the semi-finals did not fail to disappoint. This weekend's action was absolutely stellar. And of course, the Cheetahs and the Bulls will now contest the Currie Cup final. But we saw wins for the big guns. Kaizer Chiefs now on the top of the PSL table. And of course, Sundowns with one hand, we'll say, on the CAF Champions League trophy. Dexter King now joins us.
How's it going?
To work through an incredible sporting weekend. We first of all have to quickly send our thoughts and prayers to Neil Tovey, suffering a heart attack, currently in a critical condition in a hospital in Durban. So we'll watch that very closely. And Julian Reddinghuis suffering a broken neck in that Currie Cup encounter between the Lions and the Cheetahs, having come through that operation, thankfully, and expected to make a full recovery. But that kind of sets the tone for the level of drama and passion that we saw play out in the fields of the Currie Cup. What did you make of our two semi-finals? First of all, the Cheetahs marching on, and we kind of expected a dominant performance, and that's what we got.
Yeah, definitely, Graham. The Cheetahs definitely did lived up to the expectation. And then obviously the Bulls need, clinching it right at the end,
I think for me, the fact that, and we see a lot of our South African game plays through the forwards, and we love that big bruising style of rugby, but the backs shone for me in both games. So Jill Peterson, absolutely amazing for the Cheetahs. When we look at that Bulls Western Province matchup, the Bulls tend to play a very forward-orientated kind of rugby, not so much in this case. The kicking game, yes, was there, almost faultless, but the backs were the stars. I thought Ishmael was absolutely brilliant. Who stood out for you?
Also, like you said, Ishmael, and also their number 10. He did really well in, kicking for touch, and obviously Ishmael chasing those kicks.
I love that free-flowing running style of rugby. That's what you want to see in the knockout stages, which is normally quite cagey and tight. If we throw forward to that final, you have to say the Cheetahs are out-and-out favourites to beat the Bulls, but anything can happen.
Yes, anything can happen, but you'll also have to watch because the Bulls also have a good kicking game. So the Cheetahs, I think, will take it, but we'll have to see.
Oh, they've certainly got that cornerstone of defence down pat. Then we wanted to see a free-flowing performance in the CAF Champions League first leg final this weekend from Sundowns, licking their wounds after a loss earlier in the week or a week before in the MTN 8 final, and they performed against Zamalek. Do you think Sundowns have got what it takes to take this trophy?
I think they have one hand on the trophy. Yeah, it's definitely going all their way. 3-0 with the second leg coming now in Egypt. So I think we can take it.
It's going to be a lot tougher on enemy soil, I think, as well. And we know the Egyptians, they will come out. We see Patrice Motsepe there supporting his charges. And this is what you want to see from one of the biggest spending teams in the PSL. And I think people don't understand the knock-on effect of having a team on this pedestal, having them up performing in front of a global crowd. It means better sponsorships for the teams, better sponsorships for the PSL. This is what we want.
Yes, definitely. And if they do win, we'll be only the second South African team that were to win the CAF Champions League.
Oh, absolutely love it. And we have to go back quite a way to see that last win. So plenty riding on South African soccer at the moment. We'll give a quick nod to Chiefs back on the top of the PSL table as well.
Yes.
Dexter, thank you so much for joining us.
Keep well.
Enjoy the coming weeks. I think the sports stakes are only going to get higher. And again, we have to send our thoughts and prayers to Neil Tovey, currently recovering in hospital, but in a critical condition. Likewise, Julian Reddinghuis coming through that neck operation, a broken neck, in fact, but expected to make a full recovery.